everybody. I'm Phil, and this is the Drop Air Perspective. Finally, a win for common sense. The Australian Supreme Court has blocked Antifa, essentially it's Antifa, but protesters from being able to take over the Sydney Opera House. It was bad enough that they were able to take over and march across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But thankfully, now they've been going to be stopped. And if they do turn up, I hope the cops come down on them with the full force of the law. Let's see what they're saying.
And a court has today ruled a pro-Palestinian march at the Opera House in Sydney this weekend as unlawful. Live to our chief reporter Chris Reason with the details in Sydney. Chris, good afternoon. A rally will still be going ahead, but it's set to look very different to what was originally planned.
That's right, Tash. Nowhere near where they originally wanted to go, and that was the internationally recognised landmark of the Opera House, now being bumped to Hyde Park and through the city. Bitter blow for the Palestine Action Group today, but a victory for common sense, say the police. The New South Wales Court of Appeal, the highest in the state, making this landmark decision today. They didn't mince words, the three justices, saying, quote, the safety risk was extreme, so significant it...
Why is the Palestinian Action Group not banned here in Australia? They've banned it in the UK, and everyone knows what the UK is like, yet they have not banned them here.
Would be irresponsible to allow this to proceed, and they issued those prohibition orders. Yesterday we heard evidence from the New South Wales Police Assistant Commissioner Peter McKenna, who said that he thought that it was a disaster waiting to happen. Farcical, he described the plans as, saying that the Opera House precinct simply wasn't designed for the sort of numbers that were being involved. The Palestinian Action Group said they thought around 40,000 people might take part, but the judges themselves noted that just back in August, when they had the bridge protest, they got the numbers wrong by a factor of about 6. And the judge, the Chief Justice himself, Andrew Bell, actually said yesterday he was worried about a Hillsborough-type disaster back in 1989 when 97 people were killed in a crowd crush. The Palestinian protesters said, though, they thought they could handle it, and pointed out that there'd been a crowded house concert holding 100,000 people. It didn't wash. They lost that fight. Let's listen to what they had to say today.
We're going to fill George Street with people demanding an end to this genocide. Our movement will be continuing until we see a free Palestine. This judge...
Well, this just shows exactly who these people are. It is not about free Palestine at all. There's literally a peace deal that's been signed and it's in order. Everything's going to be starting to happen by Monday. The hostages will be out. Israeli IDF forces are already starting to withdraw out to designated lines. And yet these clowns are still out demonstrating under the guise of protect the children, stop the genocide. There was no fucking genocide. They're the genocide, and they're saying they're being starved to death. How has their population grown, as well as they have to be the fattest malnourished people in the world? Pay attention to the images that you see from people that are in Palestine. Most of them are just as fat as any Western nation. There's no way they're being starved to death like they claim.
Will have very important ramifications for the right to protest in Australia, and that's why I think that it should be carefully considered by all groups that have an interest in protecting the democratic values on which our society is based.
It's nothing about...
That's the Action Group's solicitor there, Nick Hanna. Now, he says this is a landmark decision that will impact not just these demonstrations planned over these days over this issue, but every single demonstration on all future issues, whether it's unions or community groups. They're really concerned about the increased powers, if you like, being given to police over this decision, Tash. They might even take this to the High Court to challenge it.
Chris Reason joining us there with those developments from Sydney. Thank you.
Not a problem at all.
Also...
At the end of the day, they literally take over the city, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, basically every weekend. Melbourne, it has been literally every weekend. They don't even have to put in an application for protest down there. They just decide they're going and take over the damn city. That's exactly what terrorists do. The sooner we see an end to this bullshit, the better. I am over it. It's nothing more than just anti Semitic bullshit hidden under the guise of think of the children. Hamas uses those children as human shields. Simple fact. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.